Urban exploration gone wrong. Lucas had always been fascinated by the forgotten. As a freelance photographer specializing in abandoned places, he spent years traveling through Europe, capturing haunting images of decayed mansions, forgotten factories, and derelict hospitals. His work was featured in magazines and exhibitions, praised for turning decay into something eerily beautiful. After he went missing, his parents told law enforcement that Lucas had been drawn to exploring abandoned places ever since he was young. On November 3, 2022, Lucas set out for his next project, an abandoned Cold War-era military installation deep in the forests of eastern Germany. He had mentioned the site to his sister, calling it a perfect time capsule, largely untouched due to its remote location. His plan was to spend the night there, capturing long exposure shots of the crumbling interiors, and then post his journey on social media the next day. But he never came back. The search. When Lucas failed to respond to messages, his sister assumed he had no signal. But after 2 days of silence and no activity on his social media, she contacted the police. A search team was dispatched, following GPS data from his last known phone activity. They found his car parked at the forest's edge, suggesting he was still there. Nearby, footprints led toward the abandoned military base, confirming he had entered. The base itself was in worse condition than expected, collapsing roofs, rusted-out vehicles, and rooms overtaken by vegetation. Lucas's equipment was discovered inside one of the more intact buildings. His backpack, a half-empty water bottle, a flashlight with dead batteries. His tripod was set up in what appeared to be a former command center, aimed at a large metal door covered in faded hazard symbols. But there was no sign of Lucas. The photos investigators recovered his camera, which still had a full memory card. The photos started as expected, wide shots of empty corridors, broken machinery, old maps curled with time. Then something strange. A series of images showed a deep, narrow shaft, partially hidden beneath debris. Lucas had taken multiple shots from different angles, as if meticulously documenting something inside. The final image captured his own foot at the edge of the shaft, as if he had snapped the photo mid-step. Authorities brought in a specialist team to search the area. After 3 hours, they located the shaft, a nearly 20-meter drop into a collapsed underground tunnel system. If Lucas had fallen, his body should have been there. But despite extensive searches using drones and thermal imaging, no human remains were ever found. Theories and unanswered questions. Authorities ruled out foul play. There were no signs of a struggle, no evidence of anyone else being there. The most plausible theory was that Lucas had fallen into the shaft, was injured, and somehow managed to move deeper into the tunnels. But without a body, the case remains open to this day, and we still don't know what Lucas saw in his final moments.